So guys, one of the positions which is the most talked about position for where Barcelona is supposed to fix next season is already affecting us this season. And for me, it is the most important position that Barcelona has to fix coming for next season. It is the striker position, which is the most vital position in a team success. I know defenders. We've talked about defenders. Barcelona trying to bring in defenders. We've talked about this in my channel, and today we're talking about the striker position. And yes, the defensive part of the pitch for this Barcelona have been affecting us a lot since the departure of Íñigo Martínez. But the striker position for Barcelona is already affecting us a lot this season. This was the same position that gave us a lot of happiness last season. This was the same position that gives us a lot of goals last season. Now we are not the highest goal scoring team as we were last season, but with the same players. And this is very shocking. Very shocking. Lewandowski is an old man. 35 or 36 years old. He's not doing as much as he was doing last season. And he has not been given the opportunity he had last season. And definitely when you are having a prolific striker like Lewandowski getting old and getting to his end of his career, you literally need a change. And we all thought, okay, that change will be expected by next season since the coming in of Marcus Rashford. We thought, okay, this season we are going to deal with Rashford, make sure that Rashford play the striker position, which he is not actually playing. He's playing at the left wing and he's not doing well. And we thought Marcus Rashford would be the solution for this season. But what happened? Lewandowski hasn't been himself. He has been put in the bench, and Hansi Flick has already put in a potential number 9 in Ferran Torres. And here we have a problem. I've been speaking about Ferran Torres in the whole season. This guy is not a Barcelona material. This guy should not be even playing for Barcelona. He doesn't give anything in the attack. He doesn't give anything. The only dangerous player we have in the attack is Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. I have been complaining about Hansi Flick choosing Ferran Torres over Lewandowski. Instead of Ferran Torres, put Marcus Rashford at least in that front. Let's see what he can do, because at the left wing, he's not doing anything. But we're talking about a position which Barcelona has to solve for next season. This is very vital. We need a very good striker when it comes to this Hansi Flick high line and play. This team, this style needs a prolific striker, not just a striker that also works hard. Yes, there have been rumors. There have been a lot of names linked up with Barcelona. Let's start with Julián Álvarez. Julián Álvarez is the most sorted out striker for Barcelona as we speak. Is the one that, according to a lot of people and according to a lot of reports and news, is the favorite to be the number 9 for Barcelona. Yes, he's not been doing well with Atletico Madrid. No player, no attacking-minded player will go to this Atletico Madrid with Diego Simeone as a coach and succeed. Diego Simeone is not a coach to trust. So it is safe to say that Julián Álvarez is not playing his best football because of the style of play of Atletico Madrid. And will he play very well with Barcelona? I think he will play. If you're an attacking-minded player and you come to this Barcelona of Hansi Flick and you don't do well, then the problem is you. But I'm telling you, there is no player, attacking-minded player, that will come into this Barcelona squad and not do well. And Julián Álvarez has been the number 1 name that have been linked up with Barcelona. And he's a very, very good striker. He's a prolific striker. A striker that works hard, is fast, is technical, is skillful, he can do many things. But I have a problem with Julián Álvarez. Julián Álvarez is not the height of Lewandowski. Julián Álvarez is not as strong as Lewandowski in his prime. We're talking about the end of an era, the end of one of the best strikers in the history of the game in Lewandowski. He's definitely leaving next season. So we need somebody that can be able to match that record or even surpass that record. So the question I ask you, do you think Julián Álvarez is the solution? Do you think a very good Julián Álvarez could sort out that striker position that Barcelona have been looking for this season, that is already affecting us this season? Because we cannot go into next season with Ferran Torres and Marcus Rashford, knowing fully well that they want to renew both of these players, and I don't understand why. I've said it in my last videos. If you renew Ferran Torres, Barcelona fans are going to riot. So the big question is, are you going to go with Marcus Rashford? Are you going to go with Julián Álvarez? Are you going to go with Julián Álvarez as your number one striker for next season? There are other options. And that brings me to Dušan Vlahović, or Dušan Vlahović. Sorry for the name. As long as it's Vlahović, we all know Vlahović, who he is. Vlahović is a very good striker, a very, I won't say prolific striker, very good striker in his day. I mean, if you put him in this Barcelona top striker, I think he will do well. But is he the solution to the problem? Is he actually the solution to the problem? He has been really inconsistent for Juventus. That's why he has been sitting at the bench somehow. Yes, he's getting injured most of the time, but is he actually the dream striker Barcelona should go for? Is he the person? Ask yourself the question. Is he the striker Barcelona should go for? He's a very good striker, but we need somebody that will be able to match this Lewandowski's prolific record. And Lewandowski, we know that he's getting old. He cannot press. Can Dušan Vlahović run and press the way Barcelona wants? And that leads me to another striker. They've been calling Harry Kane recently, and Harry Kane doesn't look like he's going to leave Bayern Munich anytime soon. Yes, he's going to. If Harry Kane comes to Barcelona, that would be amazing. For me, I think out of these three players, I think he's the top at the moment. Only that his age is the only one that could affect this move. But when you look at the three of them, Vlahović, Harry Kane, and Julián Álvarez, you could tell this easy to say that the most suited profile for this position is Harry Kane. He's technical, he's very good in the area, and he's a goal scorer. He's a natural goal scorer. He can score you goals at any time. He's the only person that can surpass and match this Lewandowski record in Barcelona. But he's not going to leave Bayern Munich, and he's already 33-year-old. He's getting old. We need a future. We need somebody that will match with Rafinha, with Lamine Yamal, and with a magnificent pass of Pedri. And that brings me to what I think is my favorite striker to suit this role, Victor Osimhen. I've been talking about Victor Osimhen a lot of time. Yes, he's African, and Barcelona and Africa, they kind of have a love-hate relationship. Recently, I've not seen an African player play for Barcelona. I've not seen it, and I don't know why. But if there's one striker that suits this Hansi Flick high line, high press, and intensity, it is Victor Osimhen. And for me, I think Victor Osimhen should be the one that should be even signed for next season. He's playing for Turkey. Victor Osimhen can single-handedly win you games. Victor Osimhen can single-handedly win you games. You need somebody that can run, that can work hard. Imagine you have Rafinha, Osimhen, and Lamine Yamal. You see that Rafinha and Osimhen alone, they can win you ball in a matter of seconds. We also saw what happened against Atletico Madrid. If we had a very good striker, if we had a Osimhen in the pitch, I'm definitely sure that Barcelona would have made that comeback. Julián Álvarez will not be at the box whenever you want him. He's a very good striker, but Julián Álvarez will not be at the box. Julián Álvarez will not be he's not very good on aerial. He's not an aerial threat. Vlahović, I don't know if he can be able to fight for ball. Yes, he could be around that box, but Vlahović has proved not to be very consistent. Harry Kane is getting old, and Bayern Munich will not allow him even come close to Barcelona. So we have very, very good three options here, which is Osimhen, Vlahović, and Julián Álvarez. And for me, if you have Osimhen in your team, you are 1 mile above your opponent, because Osimhen is going to trouble the defenders. Osimhen is going to give you a lot of things in that forward, and Osimhen is very, very good defending. He's an hard worker. So I hope Hansi Flick sees this. For me, I think these are the options for the market for Barcelona next season when it comes to striker. And the number one striker Barcelona should go for, I know this is not something they've been talking about, it has to be Victor Osimhen. If Barcelona want to achieve great trophies, Osimhen is the solution to the problem of Barcelona. striker or striking problems. Because I see a lot of things happening with this Ferran Torres and Rashford and even Lewandowski himself this season, that Osimhen will guarantee you all three at once. Yes, he's 27-year-old. Kylian Mbappe is 28. Osimhen is 27. He has a lot of, he can give you solid 6 to 7 years of glory. You need somebody that can be able to match the intensity of this Barcelona island, and Osimhen suits all the profile. If Lamine Yamal, with all the magic and all the crosses he makes, if Osimhen is in that box where Lamine Yamal crosses the ball, Osimhen will score more than 50 goals in a season. I'm telling you. And I hope this Barcelona board, Deco and Laporta, and as a flick, I hope you people are watching Osimhen. And I hope you people, this video is not about Osimhen. This video is about giving you the solution to the problem of Barcelona high line and Barcelona striking position, which has been affecting us this season. Going to the next season, we cannot use Ferran Torres as our number one striker. For you to sign Julián Álvarez, who is very, very expensive, who I'm definitely sure Atletico Madrid are not going to put him not less than 100 to 150 million euros. But you can get Osimhen for 70 million euros or 50 million euros and can do 2 times the job of Julián Álvarez. Yes, technicality, we could give it to Julián Álvarez. But when it comes to striker, box striker, some presence in the box, there is nobody in the world at the moment, apart from Haaland, that is better than Osimhen. In the box. In the box. Even Kylian Mbappe could not even... Aerial threat is not an aerial threat. But when you talk about aerial threat, power, physique, and finishing, Osimhen has everything. Barcelona should look into this situation. Barcelona should look into that striker position. Think well before you make a decision. Because every decision you make is going to be very vital going into the future. You don't want to spend 50 million, 60 million, 70 million in the waste bin. I'm not saying that Julián Álvarez is a waste bin. Yes, Vlahović could come for free, but we're talking about player that will make immediate impact in a team. Julián Álvarez and Osimhen are the two favorite people, but if you want somebody who's going to guarantee you success, it is Osimhen. Guys, let me know let me know what you think about this video. Let me know who is your favorite choice for Barcelona forward next season. Guys, we're on our way to 1,000. Without you guys, it's impossible. Guys, I appreciate the love you guys are showing to me. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Peace.